All right. All right. What's up, League? This is Marlin Legend. Uh, Making a little video to answer some of the questions you guys asked me during the draft and other things like that. But the main question I was getting was how the waivers are going to work. Basically, the teams we drafted, you're going to have to live with for the first 9 series or 10 series actually of the season. That's when the first waiver period will open. And let me share my screen here so I can show you. Let me get into here. I hope I'm on my spreadsheet here. Let me go over here. Cool, thanks. On the draft board, you all are familiar with this page. I'm sure you've seen it for the last 4 nights. And basically the total that you're plus or minus on your OVR, like right here, Smooth is at a -1. Mr. Meal Ticket's at a -2 and all the way down. And I'm going to basically pull these numbers and have a little rank of who's on top and who's on bottom. And the person with the lowest amount after the updates for the first 10 series, because these numbers will change as the OVRs on the players change. And whoever's at the lowest number will get the first 2 picks, because we're going to do 2 waiver changes after series 10 and 2 waiver changes after series 20. And it's pretty much that simple. Like if you don't like if Mr. Meal Ticket doesn't like Ryan McKenna, he can't play that well with him, and he's at a -2 at that point, he can basically trade him in for waivers for up to a 70. He can up his 68 to a 70. He can update a 72 to a 74. He could update both his player or 2 players for 1 point each. It's just something like that. And we'll get into it more as the season progresses and we get closer to that period. Let me get back to Discord. Also want to talk about, sorry. Okay, the tournament that's coming up here. We're going to start it on Saturday night. Okay. We are almost through getting all the players moved around to each team. And we're getting close to tournament time. It's going to be a great tournament. These matchups are sick. Basically, let me go up to the group play here, and these are the teams. And if you remember, I got the first pick. I got the first pick. Tim got the second. Wade got the third, and it snakes around like this. So all these were random based on that random draw we did last week to determine the team select order. Okay, so this is how everything matched up that way. These are the rules down here, and I'll post these. Basically, group positioning is determined by the initial team select order, which I just explained. No games will go past 10 innings. We are going to have ties after 10 innings if that's the way it ends. All right, all bracket round games will be played until there is a winner, so we will go past 10 innings there. We will be putting down a starting 5 rotation for group play, and all teams can readjust their rotation prior to the start of the season. Spot starters may be used if they're listed in the rotation. You can't just throw out some spot starter 5 minutes before the game starts without him being on that rotation list. And this is the way the tiebreakers will work. If after the group play, there's 2 guys with, let's say, like 10 points each in here, and they're the ones that are ranked 16th and 17th, or even for any other spots as well. Head to head, if it's less than 2 teams or 3 teams, the second tiebreaker will be runs scored and runs allowed differential. And if that's even, then it'll be runs scored. And I don't see us having to go past that because I've never seen it happen. These are the point system for each game. A 9-inning win will yield you 3 points. A 9-inning loss will yield you 0. Extra inning win also is 3. Extra inning loss will give you half a point. But any ties, each team will receive 1 point. If you happen to win by mercy rule, you'll get 3.5, and a mercy rule loss will yield you -5. And obviously ties are only in group play because there's not going to be any ties in the bracket. And basically, I put all this out here. Let me get to the schedule here. Basic. So if let's say the Yankees beat the Mets, I would basically put this. I'll copy this, give them their 3 points here. And of course, I would put my 0 over here if I lose that game. And that's the way this tournament's going to run. Like I said, one other thing, there's $180 on the line. The top two people will not split it. The winner will get 120. Second place will get 60. Okay. Moving on. We're going to talk about pre-game setups. Okay, let me get back to this. Pre-game setup. When you contact your opponent, you set up your game time. You both are getting into the game. The game's loading it. Now you get into the pitcher is on the pitcher's mound to start the game. Both players need to stop right there, pause the game, go down to broadcast. And if you do this before the game, you can say, this is Texas versus Atlanta. Instead of typing it right there, it'll save some time. But anyway, once you do that, you got to go to YouTube once you broadcast it, find your game, and then link it to Discord where the uploads of each team will be. They're not there yet, but we're going to create that. So it's just like previous years if you played in this league. And for those you don't, we'll help you out. First 2 games, you'll be an expert at it afterwards. Speaking of Discord, a couple guys said that they would like to tip me for all the work I've been doing. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking to make money doing this. I love baseball. I'll play it till the day I die. But if you guys do see fit to throw any money into this, if you could throw it into Discord and boosts and stuff like that, it'll make Discord that much stronger. We can use Discord for everything. We don't have to use text or nothing. So I'd like to go that route, keep it all in Discord. I'll have a Smooth One explain stuff later. In fact, I'll flip it over to him now so he can explain to you guys what this can do, because it blows my mind away. First, what he's done with this site, and I thank him very much for it. And it's not even running. It's running at 10% right now. We can really make this thing work better. So if you guys want to throw any tips at me, please contact Smooth One, and you can throw 5, 10, 20, whatever you feel is good for you. It'd be much appreciated. Okay. Smooth, do you have anything to say about that if you'd like to? Yeah, man. Thanks, Smooth. That was good. Basically, one thing I did forget to say about the pregame setup is we're also going to, let me get to it first. We're going to show our gameplay settings before first pitch, just so we can make sure that everything's right, because some of you guys switch back and forth. Smooth was also telling me that, let me pull this page up real quick so you can see it. Gameplay settings, right here. Okay. Up in gameplay style, you can have competitive, I think friendly, and other types of settings here. But I think it stores, if you explain it to me right, it stores, like if I keep this at competitive, all these settings are going to stay the same. And if you keep it on another setting like friendly or non-competitive, you could use that for your Dynasty League settings. That way you have two groups of settings to where you don't have to be going back and forth other than just changing this to competitive before the game plays. But once you are in there, let us see it, like go to general difficulty for maybe 3 seconds. Boom, go to the next one for 3 seconds, just so we can see them all. And some of these have enough information on them to where you have to scroll down to the bottom of the screen. For instance, vibration, I know you have to go all the way down to see it. It's recommended to be on. If you leave it off, it's going to be very tough to pitch. You might as well just leave it on anyway. And just show those settings. And once that's done, you both get back into the game and start your game. And at the end, there's nothing left for you to do. Everything you need to do is in the beginning of the game. So, yeah, well, that's about it for today. Just a little note, we're almost done moving all the players into the teams. Hopefully by tonight, everybody will have an invite to the league so you can see your teams, move players around, start practicing with them. And and that's it, man. We're about ready to start this thing. I'm excited. I know you guys are too. You proved that to me during the draft. So let's get it on, guys. And until next time, play ball.